angle or the shape or the size you want to make this. It's just a matter of choice, right? So this is 1.5 by 1.5 there, right? And then we will want to connect this using this curve at 3.25 here, and then I connect it. So it is a slightly curved line, it is not a straight line, right? So we'll have this like this, right? So let's go ahead and input our breast pockets. And then there's one other dart we are going to introduce here. I'm going to show you how to do that. For your breast pocket, go above your armhole depth line by 1.5 and put a straight line there, right? Now you want to make sure the breast pocket starts about 1 or 1.5 inches away from this armhole here, right? So for me, I'm going to go for about 1.25, so it's between 1 to 1.5. so any figure you use within this range, you're good to go. For me, I want to go for 1.25 here, and then the width here I want to go for 4 inches, right? This is it. And then the height, we will make it 1 inch. So you can decide to go for a straight pocket now, or you want to slant it, which is the one I do often. If you want to slant it, take this point up by ½ inch, and then you slant it back to the straight line like this, right? So we'll have this, and then the height of the pocket, we want to go for 0.75 or 1 inch. I usually go for 1 inch. So like so, this is going to be the pocket here. Now there's a dart, a very tiny dart we do at the front here. It is usually located at the middle of your pocket. So this is our pocket here. The midpoint, the width is 4 inches, so the midpoint is going to be 2 inches. So you want to take a straight line down from that point like this, right? Like this. Make sure it is straight. So you can decide to, if you want to get it straight, you can decide to use this this line here as a gauge to mark and check. So from here to that point is about 4.9. so if we want to do the same thing here, right? So that is how to always get a straight line. Mark 2 points and then you connect, right? Like this. So this dart, the next dart I want to input now, is going to fall on that line, right? So we have that, and the dart should stop 2 inches before your pocket. So at least at this point here, your dart should end there, and it's going to stop at the opening of your waist pocket, right? The waist pocket. This is the chest pocket. There's another waist pocket here. Now that waist pocket comes in anywhere between 2.5 to 3 inches below your waistline, right? 2.5 to 3 inches below your waistline. For this one here, I want to go for about 3 inches below my waistline. So that pocket, the waist pocket, is going to come here, right? Like this. This is 3 inches below my waistline. So this dart will end here, right? Now the dart is just ½ inch wide. ½ inch wide. So we are going to make it, you go to the waist, you're going to take 0.25 on this side and another 0.25 on this side. You do that all the way down to the pocket. Remember, we said it's going to stop at the pocket point there. We'll have it like this, and then finishes at this point. Remember, like this, right? Now you would ask, we didn't give any allowance for this dart here. Remember, we have taken all the excess from the waist, so you'll be wondering where this dart is going to come from. Now we will need to give back the allowance for this dart, because there's actually no allowance for this dart again on these bodies, right? So what we want to do is to go ahead. This dart is going to take a total of 1/2 inch width here. So at this point here, which is the end here, let me do this with a different color so you can see. At this point here, which is the end, is going to be 1/2 inch wide, so you must come back. Remember, this is our front, the dart is on the front, center front piece, right? And this is our center front line, the border of this, the front piece here. You know, the front piece ends here on this line here after you've taken this dart, right? Now, because this is going to reduce the front piece by 1/2 inch here, we must come back here and add that 1/2 inch and blend it back to this point, right? So like this is 1/2 inch. So whatsoever is this dart here, this is 1/2 inch. I'm adding that back here, and then we are going to blend it back up there, right, with the blue line. Now if it's visible enough, we're going to blend it like this, right? So I'm going to show you how to cut this out in a moment, but this is how to go about this dart here, right? Now we want to cut out. Let's start with the back, the neck region here. We go this way and like this, right? Sorry, now I have not forgotten about our vent. We are going to come to that. So this is your armhole. You want to make sure the curves are neat. Okay, let's take this off here. Okay, now the collar area here, like this, like that, like this. We have our notch there, and then you want to go this way here. Okay, I just wanted to show us something on the collar before we proceed. Now, we said this is going to be folding at this point, so when you fold this way, you have this, right? So this gives us a notch collar. Let me highlight it for us to see. If you're not seeing clearly, this is your notch area. You can see it here. So this gives us that notch we have been talking about. This is a notch here. Now, if you fold over like this and you don't like the shape of the notch or the size or the location, you are free to go back and do any adjustment you want to do here. Maybe you want to increase the width or you want to reduce it. Whatever you want to do, the choice is yours. You can do that at this point here, right? So that is that about that. At the base here, we want to make our curves and then add our allowances, right? So at the base here, you want to first of all come down from this blue line by 1/2 inch, and then you reblend that to your side piece here, the end of the side of this piece here where it meets with the back. You want to blend this here like this, right? Now this is to give it a shape at the front like this, right? And then you want to make, if you take a look at your jacket, you can find a curve at the base here. So you want to simply curve that. There's actually no strict rules on that. You can curve anyhow you want. So for this, we want to go in by 2 inches here from this line here, and then I'm going to use this curve here to do that, right? So you're going to curve that to this point here, just below your break point here, like this, right? So we'll go this way. You can curve to the waistline if you want to, so like this. So we'll have this curved to this waistline, right? Then you want to add your allowance at the base, right? The allowance for the base is going to be 1.5. So go ahead on this new line here, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, and then you connect. 1.5, and then to the front 1.5, this way, right? Now let's finish this curve here at the front. I just want to place it like this, and then you want to curve this here like this. Again, there's actually no measurement. You can decide to go further anyhow you want to do it. The choice is yours. So we just want to finish this here like this. Now let me show you what I'm using here. From this point I want to go in about, let's say, 2 inches, right? So I just want to curve this way here, right? There's actually no measurement for that. We're free to go this way, right? So this gives us the front curve here, right? And then for our single vent, remember this is the back line. Now this green line here, you want to make your back vent about 9 inches away from the length of the suit. Remember, the length of this suit is at this blue line here, right? You know, this one added here is the fold allowance for the base, right? So here you want to make it 9 inches, right? Have your 9 inches like that. You can slope it down slightly at this point here, right? And then you want to make this, the width here, you can go for 1.5 inches, right? So 1.5, right? 1.5 or 2 inches, whichever. The choice is yours. So you're going to connect this way. So this gives us the back vent, and with this you are done with your single vent and then single breasted jacket, right? So let's cut this out quickly. Now if you're an old student of mine, please pay attention to the updates on this class, right? There's an update on this video from the previous one you've been watching, so make sure you take note of that, right? To have this, you want to cut out, so like I said, you can make this 1.5 or 2 inches, that's fine, right? So this is a that is an excess, we need to remove it, right? Like that goes out. So here now I'm going to show you how to do this point here. Now let's cut from here. So you see, remember we added ½ inch extra because of this dot. So this front piece now will go this blue line here, and this is the shape here, like this, right? So it actually cuts from the side piece, but we are going to blend that when we are tracing on our fabric. Now you see this, it makes this shape here because we added ½ inch because of this dot here, right? So after sewing in the dot, this will return back to where it's supposed to be, right? So we'll have this, and then you want to go ahead and make this your curved lines here, and this gives you how to draft a single vent and a single breasted jackets, right? This is how to go about it. Thanks for watching. My name is Legendary.